wish this choice had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us.
The mastermind behind the magic, one Peter Jackson.
Drum roll!
Hey!
Is this a hallucination?
First of all, I need to ask you guys about these infamous tattoos. And do the two of you also have them, or is it just this group? Somebody show me this tattoo.
Don't ask Ian to show.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
I think mine's on this shoulder here, but I'm not going to take my shirt off. Ian,
should be careful.
When I read this upside down, of course, it spells Gucci.
Flash my tricep there. Don't just ignore that.
Vigo doesn't make decisions very quickly. You know, he's somebody who, if you ask him, you know, what time it is, you'll get the answer in the next day or two. You know, and by that stage it won't be the same time anymore. So he's
Let's bring on the father of Henry and the artist formerly known as Smeagol, one Viggo Mortensen and Andy Serkis.
Hey!
Vigo
Wow.
just left. Vigo is not interested in.
Yeah, he's not interested.
he's not quite decided if he wants to be on this call yet. So let's not, don't put any.
I remember seeing people walking by, and you had the onesie on with knee pads, and like how do you communicate what sport this is?
You know, obviously, I'd seen him in Indiana Jones and things like that as a kid, so I was but I remember him being quite strict with me and quite kind of, you know, he was quite kind of kept me in check a little bit.
No, my boy, no.
And I'm not somebody like.
And I remember that a helicopter had to take a separate ride, or it came up with all the camera equipment, this giant Easy Boy recliner that.
That's a wonderful name for Orlando, Easy Boy Recliner.
Please welcome to Reunited Apart Lord of the Rings edition, the final two of the Fellowship, John Rhys-Davies and Sean Bean.
Oh, where are they?
Oh my God! John, hello. John recently was being mute and frozen.
This much time has passed, nothing has changed. We're all the same. It's fucking amazing.
I love it.
I was worried. I was worried that this was going to feel like a reunion of old classmates, but it's actually cellmates. So it's far better.
Did this fellowship of people actually, were they welcoming to you, or did they create a distance as they were in character?
As people. I don't think.
No, as gases.
So we had a scene that we all had to be helicoptered up to as lake up and it was quite high in the mountains. And Sean just said, "Look, I can't do it. I'll come very, very early. I'll get on my gear, all my Boromir gear, and I'll start to climb, just on foot." We were flying up, and I looked down, and there's this vast cliff and the mountain, and I could see Sean like a human fly.
So I would love now to bring out Eowyn and Eomer themselves, Miranda Otto and Carl Urban.
Hear him!
Oh my gosh, this is glorious. Hello.
Oh, John. There's John. Hey, John. John, we had you for a second and then we lost you. We are missing someone right now and my screen doesn't feel complete. So I'm going to bring on the love of Aragorn himself, Liv Tyler. There she is!
This is wild. Hey, Livy.
Hello, my love.
Favorite memories from making Lord of the Rings? Liv, go. What's your favorite memories?
Oh, everything. Togetherness, sweetness, humor, innocence, doing something that had never been done before. It was kind of crazy at times, but everyone just gave their everything. It was so special. It was like growing up together. It's like family, you know?
I would love to bring some of these scenes to life. Peter, Philippa, do you have any suggestions or direction for your cast?
Well, they didn't pay any attention to us first time round, so I don't.
All right, Elijah, Ian, take it away.
You're late.
A wizard is never late, Bilbo. Frodo.
Come on, Ian, you're better than that.
Let's take it back.
That was the first day of shooting, and 2 days later I did my second scene, and it was the last scene in the last movie of Lord of the Rings. Remember when Gandalf sailing away with, and I had to meet the hobbits and say goodbye to them. I'd never met them before.
Oh, right, okay. So we're on the battlefield. Let me just tilt this up a wee bit. What's happening out there?
Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like a box?
Everyone on your set, keep prop.
I didn't get a helmet.
Oh!
I didn't get a
Pull
helmet.
out a prop. If you have a prop from Lord of the Rings, pull it out right now, because I'm very impressed by the fact that everybody got something from this.
What?
I gotta say,
Amazing.
come
Mine's
on.
in New York. I have my sword too. That's so sweet, you guys.
Peter, this is called theft.
You should not encourage him.
You should not doubt him.
I do not doubt his heart, only the reach of his arm.
Why should Merry be left behind? Why can he not fight for those he loves?
You know as little of war as that hobbit. When fear takes him, and the blood and the screams of the horror battle take hold, do you think he would stand and fight? He would try to do so. Province of
Yes! Hey! Take it away.
Okay, Bills, ready?
Yes.
Oi! We're coming too. Have to tie us up in a sack to stop us.
Anyway, you need people of intelligence on this sort of mission, quest, thing.
That rules you out, Pip.
This is so fun to listen to you guys.
I put my glasses on.
Oh, put your specs on, Sean.
Oh,
Go on,
yeah.
put your specs on.
Right. We're all afraid, Frodo. But to let that fear drive us to destroy what home we have, why don't you see that as madness?
There's no other way.
What chance do you think you have? They will find you. They will take the ring. And you will beg for death before the end.
You fool. This is not yours, saved by unhappy chance. Might have been mine. Should be mine. Give it to me. Give me the ring.
Yes!
Yes!
So gorgeous.
What we need's a few good taters.
What's taters, precious? What's taters?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Big golden chips and a nice piece of fried fish. And you couldn't say no to that.
Oh, yes, we do. Spoiling nice fish. Chips.
Well, you're hopeless.
Oh, so good.
I was just wondering, with how does social distancing work for Smeagol and Gollum? How do they social distance?
Social distancing is for Precious, who likes to drink disinfectant, Precious.
Gandalf. Yes, that was what they used to call me. Gandalf the Gay. I am Gandalf the White, and I come back to you now at the turn of the tide.
You do the first part, and I'll say my part.
Give up the halfling shield.
Good.
If you want him, come and claim him.
Oh.
Yeah!
Wait, then I have to do this. Raise my sword, and I say, Ninu hithaiglir lasto bethdair, rimonin bruinen da nin ulayr, And I say that a few times, but.
Oh, that was incredible. Sean, you have one line in the movie that's become an internet meme. Did you know this?
Which sure, me?
Yeah, you.
Right, yeah. Do you want me to do that one then? I've got
Say it for us.
Remember this. One does not simply walk into Mordor.
Can I just say one thing about that scene? Is that entire speech that Sean had to deliver at the Council of Elrond was written the night before. It's long, and we gave it to Sean that in the morning he arrived. What Sean did, which I thought was very clever, is he got a printout of the speech taped to his knee. It was on his knee, and when he did that scene, you'll see one cannot just walk into Mordor. If you watch the scene now, you'll see every time that Sean has to check his script.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
And I met for the first time the great Christopher Lee, 217 movies he'd made. And he was next to me, and his first words to me were, "I read Lord of the Rings every year." Then with the killer, quite early on in the soup course, he turned to me and he said, "I've always thought I should play Gandalf." After which we were the best of friends. Bless him.
What you have achieved is sheer magic, all of you. All of you, and I think that is the operative word, all of you. You are the greatest crew I've ever known.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone actually come close to impersonating it. He's one of those people.
I can do a good Christopher Lee. You ready?
Give it to us.
It's from the blooper reel. Ready?
Well, you should have done the scene then, Dom.
I should have, but then I wasn't asked. You want to hear my Christopher Lee? Here we go.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I can't get up these damn stairs, Peter.
To advise, persuade. I'm sorry, I cannot get up these goddamn steps smoothly. I can't do it, Peter.
I never thought I would die fighting side by side with an elf.
What about side by side with a friend?
Oh. Aye. I could do that.
The Beatles, after Hard Day's Night and Help, they had a third film in the United Artists contract, and they wanted to do Lord of the Rings. John Lennon was going to play Gollum. Paul McCartney was going to play Frodo. Ringo Sam and George was going to play Gandalf. And they got so serious that they actually approached J.R.R. Tolkien, who at that point still had the rights. They approached him, and Tolkien said no.
Okay. Sean and Elijah, take us out.
Elijah, there's just a couple of words that are right before yours that seem in the COVID world, and this is a fundraiser and what we've all done that I want to add. So let me set you up with it, okay?
Right.
In the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass, and a new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those are the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now, folk in those stories had lots of chances at turning back, only they didn't, because they were holding on to something.
What are you holding on to, Sam?
That there's some good left in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for.
Ooh. Home is behind, the world ahead, and there are many paths to tread, through shadow to the edge of night, until the stars are all alight. Mist and shadow, cloud and shade, all shall fade, all shall fade.
I'm actually crying. Ian Holm couldn't join us today, but he sent a note that I wanted to share with you all. Ian writes to all of you, "Dearest friends from the Ring, I am sorry to not see you in person. I miss you all and hope your adventures are taking you to many places. I am in lockdown in my Hobbit home or home with all my love, Ian Holm.
Great.
Thank you
All right,
all.
see you.
See you.
I'm gonna hug.
Oh, who's going to be the last? This is like Russian roulette now.
Yeah,
oh, another one's gone. One's gone.
Who's gonna
oh,
stay
that's-
on to the bitter end?
Who's last?
Vigo's not,
Oh.
by the way, Vigo is
I
not
don't
around. He's like, I'm gonna outlast
Go
you
to your
all.
bottom right, Bill. Go to your bottom right.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Bye.
yeah.
Vigo and Sean, do
Oh.
you guys want to stay on and we'll have a pint together?
Oh, Billy's gone. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, they're dropping like flies. Oh, no. Oh, God. Who's going to be? All right, I'm going to go. I think Livty should be the last because
No,
he
I
doesn't
can't.
want-
I'll be the
Let's
last.
see
I'm
that
not leaving.
beautiful-
Oh, don't go.
See you, friends.